It's Week 12 of the NFL, and the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Panthers and the Broncos, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. Leading him out, the quarterback from BYU, standing at 6'2", and that's Taysom Hill.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Chase Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Well, that will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Hill. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a pickup of 3 and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. Leading them out, it's the 3rd-year man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Holding, offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line. Herbert. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and he's got a nice first down.
And he will take it across from Panthers touchdown. Nyheim Hines with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Hill. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room,
this is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. Marquez Valdez-Scantling hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. From back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Hill. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Here's Hill. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Panthers will take over possession here up at the 44. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start on the ground with Hines.
He edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 52 yards. And the Panthers take a 3-touchdown lead.
Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history to making, wouldn't it, partner? They'll be here in action.
Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. Gano out to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Hill's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Hill. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain. Back to throw, Hill. Caught right side, Davis.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Here's Hill. Flush to his right. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
3rd and 2, Hill. And able to haul it in is Kittle.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hill now to throw.
That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there. That'll be 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Now it's Hill. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Chase Young.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half. And this one is right through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I've played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Panthers.
Jalen Waddle,
his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Panthers continue to pull away here in this 1st half.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the rout is on here in this 1st half. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And coming out now, the Broncos. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
On the option to give to Swift here.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It was Matt Judon that time who worked his way in to blow that play up.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you come around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, but that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Hill. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon. Bye.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
On second down, right back to Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Logan Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That was Carl Lawson in pursuit that time, and he gets the stop.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now on 2nd and 13. Hill.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Hill looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
This is fielded at the 27. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. Here's Hines.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go option to the short side, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Panthers are pouring it on.
Gano the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That time a 6-play drive, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. They'll try and run here with Swift. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They run again with Hines, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Looking to throw on second down. Hill. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense on third down today, just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Hill. This is caught by Evans.
He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Loose inside the 30.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Offside.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way they They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Back to throw. Hill.
On the slant, he's got Davis.
And some room to roam now. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards.
No surprise he was targeted on that play because you and I both know quarterbacks like guys who can catch the ball, but they actually expect that. They love the guys who do something with it after the catch.
Impressive making him miss on that tackle attempt. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Swift again.
The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, tried his best to get there. In this game, so far, he's been denied.
Swift.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Desperation time on 4th for Hill. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They run with Hines. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
This is Hines. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, it's Hill. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now he dumps this off over the middle.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st down, Hill toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. On 2nd and goal, Hill.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
Touchdown, Broncos. DeAndre Swift, a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds.
And some room to work. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina.